We're with head women's tennis coach Constantine Nadiatis to look back at the 2012-13 women's tennis season. Coach, a successful year for you. Got all the way up to number 30 in the country at one point there. Sent Farrah Leclerc to nationals. So why don't you just recap the season as a whole here, and what did you see from the girls all the way from the fall on into the end of the spring?
Yeah, I was really excited how we did. I wouldn't say I was surprised. I really didn't know what to expect after graduating best player in school history in Ariel Lewis last year and 5 others. I didn't want to label it as a rebuilding year, but I definitely didn't know what to expect, and I was definitely pleasantly I was really happy with how we did. You mentioned, cracking into the national rankings at number 30, our highest ever regional ranking, and we had a really good stretch there for the first two and a half months of the season. When we stayed healthy and we competed really well against the top 10 team in the country, Chicago, as you remember, went 6-3 with them. That was, arguably our best result all season, although it ended up in a loss, but it was a great match. So we showed a lot of promise. Kind of slowed down a little bit there towards the end with a couple injuries, some of our key players, in Brenna and Grace. And although we kept competing, and we did, we ended up pretty well, both at the conference tournament and overall. I think all of us kind of feel like, oh, we could have done a little better. We lost 2 or 3 matches. I won't say maybe the Denison match and our 2 Kenyan losses. If we could take those back, if we had a healthy lineup, I think the results could have been different in those 3 matches. But overall, I'm really happy with how we did, how we improved, how our freshmen came along, how our returners stepped up, and of course you mentioned Farrah's results and accolades as well. So that was, I was really impressed with everybody.
Yeah, talk about maybe a little bit more on the individual front. You mentioned Farrah, but also a couple girls behind her. Brenna, all-conference performer, Grace Porter, all-conference performer. And these are a couple girls you're going to have coming back for next year as well.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly the message that we left them with. That although we're losing one of the best players in the country, and also Priya Shah, that has meant so much to our program over the last 4 years. We do have a good core coming back. Last year we only had 4 returning. At least this year we have 6, and 2 very talented freshmen coming in. So I think I'm excited about next year. Everybody's going to have to pick up a little bit of the slack. I mean, replacing Farrah and Priya is not going to be an easy task, and I think they all know that. And we can't just look at Brenna, like you said, and Grace, and just assume that they're gonna pick up the load by themselves, and everybody's going to have to do a lot of work this summer, and everybody's going to have to pick up a little bit of slack. But I'm really optimistic about next year. I'm really excited about where the program is and where we're heading, and yeah, I can't wait for September.
Thanks, Coach, and enjoy the summer.
Thank you.